Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live stream. So, if you guys are new here, if this is your first live stream you've been to, basically what we do is just if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, throw it in the live chat, and I do my best to answer any of the questions and comments that everybody has. But usually there aren't too many plans, but I want to first say thank you for everybody who came to join. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming in and hanging out for a little bit. So, hey Mike, good to see you. No problem. I like doing the streams. I know you're here most of the time, so it's great to see you here already. Looks like we've got 4 people already, and we've only been live for about a minute. So definitely cool to see the streams being a little bit more popular right out of the start here. So I'll be interested to see how many we can get in today. But definitely cool. So how's everyone doing? If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about crypto related, not crypto related, just leave a live chat. I'm happy to try and answer it and see what you guys are thinking about what's going on with crypto and everything like that. But Mike, you said, awesome, I want to look into your chart analysis, especially for Litecoin. It has shot up so quickly. That is definitely really true. And before we get into that here, just looking at the heat map of cryptocurrency, it's a little different than what we normally see. Bitcoin's down, and everything else seems to be up for the most part. And of course, ignoring the Ethereum token section, because that doesn't seem to be up. But, Litecoin's up to almost 10% today. Which is really good if anybody has Litecoin. I do have some. I actually bought some at about $280, or I'm sorry, $180, because I thought Litecoin's got potential, in my opinion. I think it's a good coin. It's one of the bigger ones, one of the original cryptocurrencies, but I think it still has a lot to go. So I was just checking the price there, but again, this is TradingView. If you guys are interested in this, it's a free chart program, all online, that I really like, that gives, a ton of information for free, which is nice. You do get the occasional ad, but hey, for me, I don't do a lot of chart stuff, so when I do, this is great for me. So, basically what I'm doing here is I am on the Litecoin US, excuse me, the Litecoin USD chart, and that is with the Kraken exchange, if you guys are following along or want to try and recreate this at some point. But I also have it set to the day, 1 day timeline. So each of these candles represents 1 day. And as you can see here, it's, it's been kind of going up and down all over. But we really took off here over the last few days. You can see that we had a high of 246, back in February, and then it kind of fell off again, down quite a bit, which, hey, that happens sometimes, but we were kind of coming back up. But right, you can see that's what I was talking about with the ads there. But basically, if we grab a line here, we'll start here, you can see that following the lowest points of the candles here, we got one low one here. It didn't quite hit this resistance line here, which is kind of cool to see. But it's been, on a steady trend. You can see that this kind of seems to be the support line right here. And then we have our tops for the Litecoin charts here, kind of going up here. So you can see that it's been, kind of continuing up, which is nice to see, especially if, we were to keep this line going. Let's see here. If we were to, lift this up and, keep it up like that, you can see it's off the chart. I'm not 100% sure how to get it to move up. Like I said, I don't do a ton with the charts, but definitely really cool. And then as we've talked about before, if you were to change this, say, to the every 4 hours, you can see that it roughly matches up exactly what we did in the day. So it's not quite as accurate, the lines that we drew, since the chart is more accurate. And again, we can even go down to the hour and see that, it's really been following this bottom support line. So, I wouldn't be surprised that if, this kind of fell back down and bounced off of here. But as you can see, with the support, even just moving up here. It's probably not going to get below, $180. I don't really think it'll get that low again. We could see the line kind of start to shift and move more of an up. Obviously, it's not ideal to draw right through the chart, but we could start to see some more of the support line lifting up a little bit. But hey, good to see you, Moke. And yep, this is the LTC chart. Mike wanted to talk about the LTC Litecoin chart just because it's been going up so nicely the last couple days here. But yeah, so again, if we switch back to the day chart here, let's see. Let's come back over. Even just looking at this smaller section here, you can see that, starting here, we really have been, going up quite a bit with this. And then, of course, it did fall back down slightly, but not terrible. But again, if we were to draw a smaller little triangle here from the bottom points, you can see that it'll eventually, come back down, and you can see it kind of crosses over our other line here. Maybe it's a little bit of a slower growth in the long term, but I think we still have a lot of potential for Litecoin. I think Litecoin could be, $450 to $500 easily. And the main reason I say that is because because when everything went up in 2017, Litecoin's all-time high was somewhere in the 400s. I'm not sure on the exact number, but I mean, I think we still have a lot of potential for Litecoin to go up, and it's nice to see it's finally starting to move a little bit because, we saw here what was going on. If you look at kind of the further out charts, you can see the tops were coming in with the bottom, which indicated that it was, it was consolidating. We'll kind of stick with the same area here, but you can see that, had Litecoin continued, it would have eventually, squeezed out the price, and it would have either broken through the support or it would have broken through the top and continued going up, which is kind of what we're seeing now. So I think that's a really good sign we kind of broke out. So I think, by the end of this week, we'll have a different bottom line layer here where the price will be, kind of settled out when it kind of falls back down. So those are my thoughts. I've been doing a little bit more research on the charts and how to kind of read them and do a little bit better analysis. Hopefully it's getting a little bit better. You guys can let me know. I know, Mike, you've been here for most of the streams, so if it seems to be getting a little better, I'm glad, because I've been trying to do a little bit of research on it, but like I said, I don't do much trading, so I don't do a lot of chart work and stuff like that. But Moke says BTT is the new trend for the last few days. Has that one, because I know about that. I used to have, quite a bit, and I'm a little scared to look at the price because of how many I used to have. But let's take a look here. Oh my. Wow. Oh, let's see. Back in, yeah, right around, right around in here, I think. No, not, yeah, it was right around here. March in that. But I had it, I don't think it was 2 cents when I had it. It must have been in this area. I had quite a few. It's, yeah, it's up there quite a bit. I miss the BTT that I had. But yeah, no, almost 1 cent. That's really nice to see. And it's, it's coins like this, the BTT, the Dogecoin, stuff like that, its circulating supply is the max supply. There's no new ones coming out, but, that's quite a bit of coins. And, Dogecoin is another one that people are like, well, it's never going to get any higher because, who would have ever thought Dogecoin would be 6 cents? But, we go back to the main one here, Dogecoin, 6.4 cents. That's crazy. I would have never thought that Dogecoin would have been this high. I mean, with the amount of Dogecoin I've had in my entire cryptocurrency life, I would, it would be quite a bit now. Obviously, I think I had, 10, 15 million Dogecoin back in, 2015, 2016, which, of course, at the time was, maybe $40. But crazy to think about. But Mike said that's why I keep asking for it. Yeah, I mean, definitely, definitely keep asking. I will continue to try and do more research on how to get better at the charts. I'm glad you guys are liking it. I'm glad you're, learning something from it. Again, there are probably better chart channels out there than me. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, I'm the best person out there for everything in crypto, because I'm not. There's so much stuff. It takes a while to learn everything, and it's always changing, so glad you're enjoying it. But Moke, you said it was bought by Tron, or joined in with Tron. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me that it got up that much, because Tron's another good one. I think Tron had a bit of a high point a few years back when the I'm trying to think, DApps is what they're called. When those were first becoming a thing, I remember I did videos on the old Bitcoin tips on DApps. I never made a lot of money on them, but I had a lot of fun with them. And then, there were a lot of scam ones out there where people lost money, and I think that's kind of what brought Tron, that was kind of a high point for it, back in 2018, 2019 time. Of course, it's up higher now, but, wow, that bird outside is a little loud. Let me go close the window real quick. Sorry about that. A bird decided to be real loud right outside the window, but yeah, I think the DApps were really cool, and Tron's a great company. I think they've got a lot of good ideas and a good team and all that. So that doesn't surprise me that BTT went up so much. But Mike said, thank you so much. If we have any questions, it's okay to ask in the Discord or even send you a DM. Yeah, of course. If you think of something outside of the live streams like this, I do have a channel in Discord here. It's right here, AMA Questions. It's under the community section, and you can put your questions in there, or if you did want to DM me, I have my DMs open to anybody to just send one, but I don't always respond right away, and I don't always respond at all, just depending on what it is, because I'm always getting random messages and stuff like that. But yeah, if you have any questions outside of the live stream, or you think of something, or you say, hey, we'll say Litecoin's been doing real good the last few days, on the next live stream, can you do some chart stuff with it? If you want to put that in there, then I can do some more research on the Litecoin and all that, because like I said, it's good to know what you guys are interested in, both in the live streams like this, as well as for videos outside the live stream. If there are sites that you guys like to see updates on, or sites that you'd like to see videos on overall, just trying to make it more interesting for you guys, because I know we had talked about on one of the first streams doing updates on Rollercoin. Well, I've done about 3 or 4 videos on Rollercoin, and for me right now, I'm kind of at a standstill on it. So I said in the last video, I probably won't do another one, because it's pretty much the same information, unless I get a really nice upgrade on the site for my miners, or if they do a sale. But at this point, if I buy 1 or 2 miners, I'm not going to do an update video and say, hey, look at all the progress I've made. I'd probably get at least 4 or 5, and unless it's been 6 months, then I'll do another update on it. But that's kind of my thought, and that's why I want to see what you guys are interested in. But Moke said, BTT joined with Tron. Yeah, that's what I was thinking you were meaning, was the BitTorrent joined in with Tron, so that's definitely cool. But yeah, like I was saying there, Mike, yeah, I like doing videos on it. If you guys like watching the videos, I'll keep doing them, but it just was starting to seem a little bit repetitive to me. And I know, if I'm thinking it's repetitive, so are you guys probably. So, just trying to come up with some new videos and new ideas for sites and stuff. Trying to keep up with the 1 video a day, which, eventually I'll run out of sites. But, I am working on a highest paying faucets video, which will be cool. There's so many to choose from, so you gotta kind of, keep it to a point. Not kind of. There's a lot of good faucets out there, but some of them are better paying than others. And cloud mining isn't too much of a topic right now, because any site that's legitimate doesn't have anything to sell, and any site that's a scam has everything to sell and is very clearly a scam. So, I mean, it's definitely an interesting time in crypto, and I think we're starting to see with some of these coins start to break out a little bit. Ethereum's another one that's been going pretty good. $2,100 is quite a bit here for Ethereum. I mean, it's been hanging out. It popped up to right around 1,800 and sat around there for a while, and then we're finally up into the 2,000s, which is nice, and it seems to be stable, which is even better. But definitely cool. And then, Bitcoin's been right around the 58 to 60,000 range. But I mean, it's definitely interesting to see. I always check it when I wake up, see what it's at, and half the time I'm surprised at either a coin's price going up or a coin's price going down. Definitely interesting. But Moke, you said you started mining BTT and is a lot. So I'll have to look into that. Now, do you mine with your graphics cards, or is it... I guess I'm not sure. Is BTT a POW coin or a POS coin? Because I honestly, I kind of thought it was a POS coin. But, and yes, Coinbase, that is something interesting. I can actually do a video on that. I know we don't do a ton of any stock market stuff, but Coinbase is going to be listed on the public stock market, which is really interesting because I'm sure there are companies out there that are, related to cryptocurrency. Actually, I know one of them that are public, but, Coinbase is a huge company. Almost everybody in, okay, you said yes, GPU, so, okay, cool, I'll have to look into that, but, Coinbase is a huge company. Almost everybody that is in cryptocurrency knows about Coinbase, whether you like it or not, but the fact that they are going to be publicly traded on the stock market is a huge step in the right direction for the cryptocurrency community, because it's showing that the traditional financial world is accepting enough to allow them to publicly trade on the stock market, which is cool. I mean, that's definitely really cool. But Moke, if you can post the link, go for it. I don't have any restrictions on the chat. If it gets deleted, it's YouTube deleting it. So you may have to post, like, the first part of the link, space.com or .org, whatever it leads to. If it's deleting it, then that's YouTube, which I can't do anything about. But feel free to try. So definitely cool. And hello, George. Nice to have you here. It's nice to see you coming in again. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave them in the live chat here. And Moke, you said it's a Chinese company, SOS for mining. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'll have to do some research into it. I mean, I'm guessing it's probably not as profitable as mining Ethereum, depending on the GPU, obviously. Because that's what I've been mining, and I've been doing, pretty well with the GPU rigs, apart from, them not wanting to work half the time. But I've been, doing pretty good with Ethereum, so I'm not really looking to change unless it's really profitable on the other coins. So definitely still cool, though, to learn about the other ones. But yeah, Mike said he didn't see the chunks, or didn't see the link, so you may need to break it into chunks, which, again, I don't have a problem with you doing. It's just, if you can get YouTube to do it. Going to post it on Discord, yeah, that's a good idea as well. Let's see here. I'm sure it'll probably post it in the links and promotions. Oh my, we got a lot of blocked messages here. What's going on? But yeah, definitely still cool to kind of learn about that, and see, what other mining algorithms are out there, what other coins you can mine, and what else is profitable. Because with BTT going up like that, I mean, it was probably really profitable to mine about a month and a half ago, and now since it's gone up so much, it's really nice. I mean, I think BTT has the ability to be Dogecoin 2.0, the coin that's 6.5 cents that no one ever thought would be that high. And Dogecoin's seeming to go up pretty nice here. I haven't seen it over 6 cents in a few weeks, but hey, if it wants to keep going, go for it. But Mike said, I also wanted to ask specifically which faucets I use on Faucet Collector. Not all the scripts work, and I was just curious on which ones I use. So right now, I'm only using it on free Bitcoin. I had some issues with the license key on the faucet collector, and it wasn't running for a while on me, or for me. But when I first got it, I used it on free Bitcoin and all of the CoinPot faucets, which I know that's probably not the best answer because those are gone. And you know, now that they're gone, you can't even claim on them. So, but Cointoply is a really good one as well. And you know, I know you said there that, you know, some of the scripts are broken. You know, it's hard to say which ones work, and I would say that the best thing to do is just trial and error, because at the time I'm only using it on the free Bitcoin site, just because I haven't had a chance to relink up my bot solving program. So that's what I'm doing right now. So hopefully that kind of helps. Not exactly probably what you wanted to hear, but hopefully it helps a little bit. But Moke said he put the link in the links and promotions channel in Discord here. So let's take a look at the site. Okay, yeah, so it's just... Okay, so it is on ETH here. Okay. Definitely cool. And then, yeah, you said, what, 6.5? Yeah, it's going up. I don't know what's going on with it. I mean, hey, if it's going to keep going up, I think if Dogecoin's going to keep going up, it's going to be based off, you know, the meme and, you know, Reddit and stuff like that, like what we saw with GameStop and all that. But just out of curiosity, I want to go to here and see if it tells me how much I would make with... Let's just put in 6 580s. So we can see how much we're making with Ethereum. 6 580s will make about $20 a day before power here. Now, I was hoping to see if it would tell me how much I would be making mining BTT, but it does not look like it's going to. Alright. Interesting. But definitely still cool. I guess there's a calculator right here. Yeah, BitTorrent creator has a new project that was launched April 2021. So that's probably why it's starting to go up. George said there's a new project, so that's definitely cool. So what did we say here? This says you should be getting about 183 mega hashes of ETH with those 6, which should be getting you about 1,453 a day. I've got a bunch of calculator windows open already from earlier today, so 1453 times, we'll just do 0.01, 14 bucks a day, or yeah, $14.50 a day. That's still not bad, especially if that coin's going to keep going up. I mean, that's actually a really good amount, so that's cool. And then you said there's other coins you can mine on here too. So yeah, I know a lot of pools do that. You know, this says it's greater than 4 gigabytes, but then if you do ETC hash for less than 3 gigs of memory, and then there's Kapow for CPUs and RandomX algorithm for CPUs as well, is what it looks like on here. So again, let me try and put it in. Let me know if you guys can see that in the YouTube chat. I just put the link to the site that was shared in Discord for mining BTT into the live chat. If you guys can see that, at least it's in the chat for you. You don't have to go to the Discord, because I know you said it wasn't posting, but I don't know if it'll post since I did it. Like I said, I mean, you know, YouTube tries to avoid on some of the links being shared and stuff like that, which is definitely good, but you know, sometimes they completely miss it. But okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, Mike. I'm glad you can see that one. So at least then you can click it and take a look at it for yourself without having to go through Discord and all that. But especially since eventually it'll be pushed up, because I did try and do some changes on Discord this week, or you know, a couple weeks ago, to make the server a little bit more active with a leveling system, and it didn't work. So you know, the server basically died when I took away the links and promotions channel. So we've been trying to get some more people to post here. You probably got a warning for this one. That you put there. Yeah, it's the bot warned you, so no problem. We just try and keep the links out of the main channels, but you know, it's not a huge deal. But definitely, definitely cool. So again, if you guys have any questions, comments, I highly recommend, you know, ask in the live chat, just because I'm happy to, you know, answer them and stuff like that. But okay, Mike, you said, is your old YouTube channel gone for sure? Anything we can do to help? You know, I think it has to be, I think at this point it's definitely gone. There's nothing that we can do. You know, I can't chat with YouTube anymore. They took away my ability to chat with them because you need to be a YouTube partner to chat with them. And the only channel that I was partnered on was Bitcoin Tips. So now that I'm no longer a partner, I don't have access to the chat. And I did send them an email because I saved a couple emails and I was able to get the email address, but they never responded. So I don't know. I don't really know. I think for sure it's gone. The only thing that is making me think there's a very, very small chance of it coming back is when you go to Social Blade and look up Bitcoin Tips, you can see that it immediately finds the old channel. This is definitely not the new channel. You know, 20,000 subscribers, almost 21,000 was where we were before. I mean, it sucks. It definitely sucks. I don't know what else can be done. But Mike, you said, is there anything you can do to help? Basically, the only thing you can do to help, I guess, would be to share the channel, the one that you're, you know, watching right now. Share it with friends, family. If you're in, you know, other Discord communities, you know, just get the word out about it, because basically the way YouTube works is it's much, much harder to be found if you're not getting views and you're not getting searches. So the more people searching for Bitcoin Tips on YouTube or searching for, you know, I'll just say like high-paying faucets, then clicking my video, the YouTube algorithm will see that, hey, people are looking for this person's videos. We should recommend them more because a lot of people search for this term and they find this video. Since the channel's so new, it's hard to get those, but some good news in that is if you go to YouTube, you can see I am not signed in. I'm in an incognito thing here. If I search Bitcoin Tips, the channel used to not show up here at all, but you can see that it is the first channel that comes up now if you search Bitcoin Tips, which is really cool. That happened a lot faster than I expected, which is really good. And then you can see you get some of my videos and stuff, and then you get other videos with more views. But definitely really, really cool. So now basically, you know, working on the SEO and YouTube algorithm to start recommending my videos more is going to be the thing. So, you know, recommending the channel to other people is really the best thing that you can do to help out. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate the concern. And George, I see you asked there, did I get the withdraw from Rollercoin? That's actually a really good question. I looked today and I saw that it said it was confirmed, but let me grab my laptop because that's where I had it sent to. Alright, I just had to get my laptop here because that's where I had the coins sent to. So it did take, if it did, it basically took 3 business days or 5 days because I did it over the weekend, which for me, as always, I don't really care how long it takes to get my withdrawals, as long as it's within about 5 days. You know, if it takes 5 days to get it and I still get it, I'm fine with that. That's, you know, it doesn't affect me to have it most of the time right now. But, of course, other people don't agree with that and want it, you know, immediately. And that's completely understandable. I'm more whatever, as long as I don't need it for, you know, a transaction or something right now, I don't really care. But I will come back to that. I'm waiting for my wallet to sync up, so I didn't, forget about the actual question here, so I'll be back to that one in a minute. But, Moke, I have not heard of SafeMoon, so I am not familiar with that. But Dogecoin, 6.5. Do a quick refresh. Yeah, 6.5, almost 6 point... oh, okay. Yeah, it updated live there again. But 6.5 cents. Yeah, let's keep it going. Up 8% today, almost 9%. That's really good to see. But Mike said, sorry to hear that. I'll share as much as possible. I love your channel. I'm sure upcoming high-paying faucets videos will get a lot of views. That's probably really true, and I'm hoping that you're right, because my last high-paying faucets video that I did a while back is actually one of the most viewed videos on this channel, and that's, the new channel. And even in the old channel, the high-paying faucet videos were the best ones that I had. So let me see, because I know, yeah, 3,000 views on this one. So definitely, definitely really a good one. And this was cloud mining site. It's not even faucets. So I maybe haven't even done a faucet video yet for like a roundup. But yeah, hopefully, and I appreciate the sharing and all that, because that's really what's going to be the holdup, is getting the audience back, because I'm doing really good with the hours and subscribers. I'm about halfway to the subscriber count. You need 1,000 subscribers to be partnered and 4,000 watched hours. I have 499 subscribers, and the last I checked, I was right around 605 hours. So we're about an eighth of the way there for the hours. But that's going to be the hard one, is getting the hours and all that. But circling back up, George, I did get my payment of 0.0023 Bitcoin. So definitely really cool to see that is paying. So I did get the payment from Rollercoin, which I wasn't too concerned about. But like I said, it did take about 3 days to arrive. Moke, yeah, definitely... let's see what SafeMoon here is. It's kind of circling, kind of going all over in the comments here. But SafeMoon, let's see here. So they've launched Bitmart. Let's see what Bitmart is. Looks like markets. Oh, okay, so it looks like it's an exchange. So it looks like they have an exchange. Let's see here. Roadmap, protocol initialized, confirmed a Dogecoin trading pair with Bye Palm. Okay, legal paperwork, our team size has doubled, okay. Initial push, so this is kind of where we are now. So it looks like they have a SafeMoon app, wallet, and games. The Bitmark integration with tokenomics, complete this quarter. Okay, so it looks like they might be doing some stuff with an NFT exchange, and video game interaction. So this could be pretty interesting, because I know NFTs have been in the news a lot lately, not just crypto news, but mainstream news, because there have been some people buying NFTs for, in my opinion, ridiculous prices. I saw something that was pretty dumb. It was literally a red pixel sold for like an incredible amount of money, like in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I was like, what? Why? What is the point? But, I have to do some more research on the NFTs and figure out how to sell one. If I can sell, a red pixel for $100,000, then, geez, I don't know what's happening in the world, but I'm not complaining. So I have to do some more research on this, but you said you're a little confused on what they have planned. Basically skimming through this, it looks like an exchange and NFTs and potentially like in-game transactions, which I know there have been some cryptos that have tried to do that. Doing like the microtransactions for buying like in-game gems or diamonds or something like that to help boost your game. So that could be kind of cool if they do get that going. It looks like their value here, let's see what it's worth. I'm guessing less than a penny, or pretty cheap, but it's loading here. When that's loading, George said, what was the fee on Rollercoin? We can definitely take a look at that, because I'm not sure off the top of my head. But I didn't want you to think I was ignoring your comment there. But SafeMoon, One BNB equals 400,000, 412 million Safe Moon. So it's still a very cheap coin. It looks like they've got some, some work to do. According to this, they just started. Or at least this is their roadmap for 2021. So I would definitely be keeping an eye on this. I think I'll do some more research, after the stream and learn a little bit more about it, because, this could always be a good video to talk about a new coin as well. Anything I think dealing with NFTs and video games at this time is a good, definitely a good investment in their coin. But George said SafeMoon is on Pancake Swap, best place to save on transaction fees. Okay, definitely, definitely cool. But Mike said, have I looked at the ETH hash difficulty chart? The difficulty keeps going up every day. I have not looked at the difficulty chart specifically, but I have seen the mining power chart, and the reason that the difficulty chart is going up so much is because the mining power is going up so much. With it going up as much as it has been, the difficulty has to go up to keep the same amount of Ethereum coming into the network every time, because if it stayed the same, a lot more Ethereum would be coming into the network all the time. But real quick, to circle back around to George's comment there, transaction fee for Bitcoin was free. You can see here 00233. That is in my wallet. I can't show it on the stream because it's on a different computer, but I did receive it. I initialized the withdrawal on the 2nd of April. Today is the 6th. And, yeah, so definitely really cool, but I just wanted to circle around and show that it is a free trading fee at this point. But, Moke said when you were, because when you make an exchange or trade, you can burn a certain percent, so the small amount is the percent that will never be recovered. Yeah, basically that is what happens, when you burn the coins, and if that's their idea behind it, that's actually kind of interesting. Let's see. They don't really have, like, an about section here, unless I didn't scroll far enough down. No, I did. Let me see, because they have a white paper here. Let's see. Common misconceptions of APY, farming reward generator, and DeFi, new cryptocurrency. Yeah, the high APY stuff is crazy. A lot of people are falling for that, where, it's, you can earn 62% a year or something. I mean, that's, just unsustainable. But let's see. So, okay. So, yeah, it looks like their goal might be to create a stable APY coin to kind of help out investors all around. Burn dev tokens. Okay, well, if you have this many coins, I don't even... 100,000, million, billion. This might be trillion? And then quadrillion? I don't know. That's a large number. But a lot of zeros there. So, yeah, so Dev burned all tokens in Dev wallet prior to launch. So they already started off by burning quite a bit of coins and then fair launch supply. So, I mean, they burned quite a bit, which I don't really understand, especially if this was right at launch. Wouldn't you have just made it this many coins in the beginning? But whatever. But it looks like they sold part of the 50-50 into their 5% fee is split 50-50 into sold or into BNB, so that's definitely cool. Alright, then we get our roadmap here, so... But, yeah, I mean, definitely looks cool. I'll have to do some more in-depth research on it to learn a little bit more about it, not live on the stream, but definitely good to, learn about these other kind of cryptocurrency projects and see what's up and coming and, what has potential. Alright, sorry, I had to take a drink there. Mike says, do you know what's going on with XRP? I know it's going up. Why? I don't know. Because I know they had some issues with, the SEC and all that, but, it's up over $1 again. What was it back in here? It was, what, $3 almost, a little over. So, I mean, it's going up again, which is nice to see. I'm not a huge fan of XRP just because of the team and the project. I've had some in the past. I do not have any right now. And with that being said, though, I mean, I don't have anything against them. I just don't like the cryptocurrency and the team. It's just not one that I would invest in. But so I think, you know, it'll probably continue to go up, especially if they do well in the lawsuit that they faced. Because, you know, like I've said before on the old channel and probably here as well, is whether you like them or not, you definitely want to hope that they win that lawsuit, because that would be bad for cryptocurrency in general if they lost. So my guess is they're probably doing well with that. You know, there was probably some news or something along those lines that was positive for XRP, and that's why it kind of spiked up. But, you know, it's probably playing catch up to the rest of the markets, which again is something I think Litecoin will do, which is already up, what, $6 since we started the stream, something like that per coin. Not a ton, but hey, it's still going up. And, you know, where's Dogecoin at? 6.6. Look at that. It's up a whole nother tenth of a penny. You know, crypto only goes up, right? I don't know. I don't know if this would be the next generation Bitcoin. I would say, you know, if this is what you were talking about for the next generation Bitcoin, it would have to be crazy successful, and your definition of take out Bitcoin, I guess, would have to be more specific, because if you say price-wise, I would have to disagree. I don't think that this coin would ever be $50,000, $60,000. I don't think this coin would ever be $100 probably, because there's so many of them. I mean, just kind of taking a look at if it was, so that's 777, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll say times $5. I mean, this market cap, so this is 100,000, million, billion, trillion. So again, I mean, this would be 885 times bigger than Bitcoin right now if the coin was $5. So if you're specifically saying next generation Bitcoin to take it out completely, price-wise, absolutely not. I don't think that it could do that. Just because, like I showed you here, I mean, $5 and you have a, what, 3 quadrillion? Again, I could be wrong with the number. You know, market cap, which, I mean, that would be crazy. But I don't think it'll beat Bitcoin's price at all unless they burn a ton of tokens. But, you know, use case, I think this has a lot more potential to be widely accepted as a trading coin, whereas Bitcoin is more of an investment coin. Bitcoin is like gold, whereas a coin like SafeMoon or Dogecoin or BTT could be more like your fiat currency, where you would say, all right, I've got, you know, 20 SafeMoon coins, that'll get me a loaf of bread and some milk at the grocery store. Well, you're willing to trade that for those goods because the price of it's kind of low. It's not going to go up crazy like Bitcoin, you know, might be $100,000 in a few months. So that's kind of what I think. It has a better use case and an ability to be used in everyday transactions, you know, for goods and services, whereas Bitcoin is more of like the, you know, put it in your safe and forget about it, you know, pass it down to your grandkids kind of thing. But yeah, so I have to do some more research on how much they burn, because that will affect the price. You know, if they can get it down to right around, you know, 21 million, then yeah, maybe it does have the ability to get up to that, you know, $50,000 level or whatever Bitcoin's at. But that, I think, would be a long time down the road with this kind of number. But hopefully that kind of helps a little bit. That's kind of what I think on it. You know, it's, like I said, like Dogecoin, it has a much better spending ability than Bitcoin, which I think we need those in crypto. You know, I think that's why I think Dogecoin has the ability to become a better currency than Bitcoin. Not a better investment per se, but a better, you know, spending coin. So Mike, I am not using any ASICs. I've only ever had one ASIC, and it was the Antminer T9 Plus. I got it in 2017 and ran it for about 6 months. That was my one experience with ASICs, and It's not good in the settings of a home. I'll say that, because it's very loud. I was able to run it in the basement, which, depending on where you are, some houses don't have basements, so at least it was able to be cool. But two 6,000 RPM fans sounds like a jet engine when you turn it on. And not to mention the fact that it pulled, 1,600 watts out of the wall, which in North America is right about the maximum that you can run off of a normal 15 amp circuit. So, I would have had to, if I was to get a second one, I would have had to install a new circuit and probably would have wanted to make it a 220. Which, I've installed a new circuit now for my GPU rigs. Not that those are using, they're probably using a combined 1,200 watts. Yeah, so eventually you gotta, install some new circuits and stuff depending on how much at-home mining you do. But definitely still interesting. And I wouldn't be opposed to getting ASICs, but I would have to do some changing around in the setup of mining and stuff like that to, make it a little bit better. But yep, Dogecoin's still going up, 6.6 cents, definitely cool. Yeah, you said I agree for sure, yeah. Like I said, I don't have anything against ASICs. The only thing that I really do have against them is the amount of power they draw and the fact that it's not an investment. It's a very big risk unless you're buying in a huge bulk order. If you're at home, you want to get 1 or 2, I would say even up to 10, that's a big risk. These things sell for $2,000-$3,000 or more a piece, and they might be making $20-$30 a day, but that's right now. You mentioned earlier the Ethereum hash rate difficulty. The difficulty could spike up 2 weeks after you buy them, and suddenly they go from making $30 a day to $15. Well, your ROI time just got doubled. It's going to take, twice as long now because it cut your earnings in half. And what happens when the difficulty gets too high and now you're paying more in power? Well, you now have an expensive paperweight, because unless you can sell it to a place that somehow has cheaper power than you, of course, depending on where you are, that might be easy. If you're in, downtown New York paying 30 cents a kilowatt, you could sell it to almost anybody and they'll be able to make more money than you. But, if you're already, somewhere where there's a lot of renewable power, you might be paying 8 cents a kilowatt, 6 cents a kilowatt or less. It's going to be real hard to find someone with cheaper power than that unless they're running a solar or wind farm. Or they happen to have a nuclear reactor in their backyard, which, who knows? You never know. But that's why I don't really like ASICs, because at least with GPUs, if you want to stop mining or it becomes unprofitable, at least there are people who play games and do, animation and stuff like that can still benefit from a GPU. They're not just one purpose-built machine like ASICs. So I did sell my ASIC. It was at, quite a loss, but I sold it, early this year, which for me, it used $5 in power a day at my power rate, which is, more expensive. So whoever bought it must have lower power, because, the thing was only making $3 a day and you're spending $5 on power. So definitely interesting. But great point on ASICs. What do you think will happen when ETH goes POS? No mining will exist and the price will therefore go up. I'm not sure. I think ultimately the price will go up, because I think a lot of people are expecting the price to go down, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went down in the short term, where it went POS, miners are upset, they sell all of the stuff that they're holding, all the Ethereum that they're holding. Mo said you read my mind, Mike. I was about to ask that. I think they're going to sell off a lot of their Ethereum that they're holding because they're mad. And it'll, in the short term, crash the price down a little bit. To what level, I don't know. But eventually it will go back up. And I think as more bigger investors see Ethereum as a investment, not only in the coin, but also as the POS side of it. Because right now, you can go out and invest in Ethereum. No one's going to stop you. But you're banking on that coin going up in price. If it goes down, you're losing. Whereas once it's POS, if you buy it and the coin goes down, at least you're still earning something. You're earning more of the coin to kind of recoup your loss because of the POS, which is a nice aspect of POS coins. And I think POS fully, like for them to get rid of mining completely on Ethereum is still a long time from now. Because, we have EIP 1559 coming out in July, which will cut profits in roughly 40 to 50% in half. So, if you're making $20 a day, you'll make $10 a day, which sucks. And there are a lot of the miners are pretty upset about it. I mean, obviously, I'm mining Ethereum. I'm not too thrilled about it, but, there's nothing we can do. I mean, there are people way bigger than, me on YouTube. Even with my old channel, there are, 4 or 5 times the size of my old channel that were on the calls with the Ethereum developers, and they basically said, sucks to be a miner. And the reason for that is the Ethereum developers are sitting on a huge stockpile of Ethereum. They could have thousands of Ethereum in their wallet. They have nothing to gain from it being a POW coin and everything to gain from it being a POS coin. Because, right now, if you want to mine Ethereum, you gotta either get an ASIC that mines Ethereum, or you gotta build a GPU rig, or you at least have to have a GPU. Whereas if it's POS, all you have to do is have Ethereum. You don't have to worry about power, you don't have to worry about heat, you don't have to worry about maintenance. As long as your computer's on and staking, you're good to go. And, you could do that on a pre-built computer that you bought from Best Buy or Newegg or something like that. You don't have to have a fancy gaming computer. So I think in the long term, it will go up. Short term, we'll probably see a crash when a bunch of people sell off Ethereum, but then it'll start to come back when, like I said, the bigger investors, scoop it up. And I don't plan to sell my Ethereum. At least I'll say it like that. I don't have any plans at this time to sell the Ethereum, unless now that can change, but, for this reason specifically, I don't plan to sell it. So hopefully that kind of helps. No mining, I think, will be a big difference, and I think that'll cause the price of a lot of other coins to go up. Like Raven coin will be a big coin, I think, in mining. It's already a lot bigger than it was, just because, EIP 1559 and all that. But, we got a lot... There's pros and cons to both sides of it. Yeah, and you said you didn't know it, but it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I mean, when you think about it from the point of, what the developers are looking at in their shoes, they've probably got tons of Ethereum. They want to stake it. If you had 1,000 Ethereum right now, that's great. You've got a ton of money, but it's not doing anything. It's not, going up by $20 a day. It's not, you're not mining. But if you were able to get $20 a day in POS, then that's something that's appealing to you. So it's just, depends on the way you look at it. So definitely cool. But yeah, Moke, you said when it crashes, I would buy. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a bad idea to pick up some Ethereum if it crashes. That was originally why I bought Litecoin, because I know we were talking about that at the beginning, was because it was so low. We see Bitcoin and all them, hitting all-time highs every couple days, at least, back a couple months ago. Ethereum still hitting all-time highs. And then there's Litecoin over here that hasn't even touched its all-time high. Hasn't even tested it. So that's why I bought Litecoin. But ADA's been doing pretty well. Binance Coin was over 400 earlier today, so that's nice to see. And, Bitcoin's, fluctuating. We'll see it go back up eventually. But, Moke, I see you said Raven with a question mark. Are you unfamiliar with the coin or just wondering my thoughts on it? Because, like I said, I mined Raven coin back when I first built my GPU rig. And I don't have any of it now, but I did have some before. And they have become a lot more popular for mining cryptocurrency when Ethereum gets cut in half. Depending on the cards you have, you can see here that it's the 4th most profitable. You could even make the argument 3rd because, these two are technically the same thing. This is just through NiceHash. So it's making about $9 a day, again, with our 6 580s. That's just my test here. So you said unfamiliar. Yeah, so, well, let's go to... I guess I had it pulled up here. It's probably a little quicker. Ravencoin, it's another peer-to-peer coin, POW, um, and it's a mining coin. Block reward, you can see, 5,000 Raven. It's a lot faster of a blockchain, 1 minute compared to, I think, 10 minutes on Bitcoin. Well, I guess 10. I guess they're comparing this to Bitcoin, but total supply of 21 billion coins instead of 21 million. So it's a higher coin supply, meaning the coin probably won't go as high in value, but I could easily see Ravencoin $5-10. Obviously, quite a way in the future, not soon, but because I think Ravencoin will be one of the most popular coins to mine once once EIP 1559 goes into effect, and eventually POS on Ethereum. So it'll be interesting, but I think Raven has a lot of potential. Sorry, I had to take a drink again, but Mike, you said when Ethereum goes to POS, couldn't you just mine Raven and exchange into ETH? Yes, you can, but as you can see here, at the current numbers, again, this is using 6 RX 580s. I'll put in 0 for power, just to keep it simple. You're making $19.05 a day mining Ethereum. You're only making $9.80, $9.02 mining Raven. And basically, you're cutting your earnings in half, almost. So, you're not mining as much in USD, I guess, and that's going to, show in how much Ethereum you can do, or you can obtain through exchanges and stuff. But it is still possible. No one's saying you can't do that. It's just up to the individual. The miners right now are more upset because they're losing, a huge amount of profits per day. So, Moke, EIP 1559. Hey, Low Roll Scratcher, how are you? Safe Moon, yeah, we were talking about that a little bit. I am not super familiar with it, so I will have to do more research on it. We did talk about it. We can kind of circle back around. If you have anything to add about it, anything interesting, definitely put it in the chat, because like I said, I don't know a ton about it. But going back to Moke here, EIP 1559, basically what it's going to do is burn the Ethereum fees when you go to send Ethereum. So if we go to etherscan.org here, you can see the last block reward here was 4.17 Ether. So the base block reward for Ethereum is 2 coins. Right now, it's almost over double on some of these blocks. So basically, when EIP 1559 goes into effect, it will get rid of that extra coin. So every single block is going to be 2 coins. And the fees, instead of going to the miners, are being burned. And that's why, so basically they're burning Ethereum, which will make the price go up. But they're upsetting the miners because basically the way that cryptocurrency was created, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, all of these, POW coins were created with the idea that the miners support the network, they get the block reward, and the fees are, the fees go to the miners as a thank you for supporting the network on top of the block reward. Well, Ethereum's over here saying, we want you to support the network, but we don't want to give you the fees. We want to burn them because then the price will go up. But the miners are saying, well, you burn the fees, that's great. The price goes up, but now we're not making as much money with our equipment. So why should we mine? And I think, Ethereum has to be careful because I think they could, take out their own coin if they're not careful. Because, if a bunch of miners jump off the network, it could become unstable. Do I think that'll happen? Probably not. But it's something to think about at least. So that's what EIP 1559 is. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. There's a ton of information that goes into it. That's just the rough overview. But it's very heavily debated in the cryptocurrency space right now. Mike, I couldn't tell you. ETH going POS, I would say is very far down the road. You know, the EIP 1559 is supposed to go into effect in July of this year. I don't know if it will, because they're always behind. It seems like a lot of cryptocurrency stuff is always behind, which, hey, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't need to be immediate, but eventually it will go into effect. And then I am not super familiar with the timeline for POS on Ethereum. I would say, just pulling a date out of the air, I would say 2023 or beyond. Because I've seen people that are saying, you're not going to see the full effects of EIP 1559 till 2022. So, like a full year from now, we wouldn't start to see the effects. And then, it could take another year or two to write up the rules and change the code and implement the updates for POS. So, it's definitely down the road, I think. But, sorry about that. I had to respond to someone there. But let's see here. So, Low Roll, you said you don't trust SafeMoon since it's a scam. Interesting. That was, that's definitely an interesting take on it. Like I said, I have not done a bunch of information, but you said it's a tax headache if you get free coins on each transaction. That definitely sounds like it. Personally for me, I've said a number of times on the channel, on live streams, I don't do a lot of trading, and the reason for that is taxes. I don't want to track all of it. I get my coins, I hold them, I only trade when I have to. So, that's my personal opinion. Other people, they make their money in crypto off of trading. For me, I try and buy a coin, and I try and hold on to it for as long as possible, unless, I absolutely need to sell it, or I think it's a good time. If Dogecoin went up to $1 a coin, yes, I'm going to sell some of the Dogecoin I have, because that's a crazy amount of money. But right now, I'm not even thinking about selling it. And, I might think about it if it hit 15 cents a coin, but, I obtained the Dogecoin for free from faucets and cloud mining sites. I'm here to see where it goes. If it goes back down to 0.1 of a penny, I'm right where I started. I didn't lose anything. But I don't know. I mean, it's definitely interesting, I guess. We'll have to see, where it goes. You said ETC is going up, so that doesn't surprise me. A lot of coins are going up here, but let's see. ETC. Right. I guess it might not be listed on here. But, alright, well, I'll take your word for it. ETC's going up. So, Mike said, got it. Did April 1st 51% attack happen, or did they not follow through? From what I know, they did not follow through. There was an update that came out. I don't remember the exact details of it, but basically it came out and said, don't do this. It's a bad idea. We'll take you guys a little bit more seriously, because, it was shaping up to happen. And it was never really meant to be a 51% attack. That was just a concern with it, because, if they did this and it was successful, and, that could have been, detrimental to Ethereum. So I think that was why the developers kind of came out and said, chill out, don't do this. We'll take you guys more seriously, but, in the end, it didn't really amount to anything that I know of. The people that I watch that are bigger on YouTube and mining and all that, they said basically, I'm no longer participating. I recommend that you don't. It's up to you, though. I was never planning on moving my power. I'm still mining to Hivon Pool. I've been real happy with it. I don't have a plan to switch unless something happens with Ethereum and there's a more profitable coin, or something happens with Hivon. So those are my only kind of two switch around scenarios. But let's see, Low Roll Scratch, you said Bitcoin Gold is going crazy in the last 2 weeks. A couple months ago, Bitcoin Gold was under $10. I think that is mostly because all of the coins are going up like crazy. But let's see, Bitcoin Gold. Because I remember when this first came out, and there was like Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Gold, but oh wow, yeah. I mean, hey, I would say right now you could buy almost any coin that's somewhat reputable, and it'll go up. I mean, now of course that's not financial advice because there's no proof of that, but you could have 7x your investment here, almost 8x your investment if you bought it, just a few months ago. So I mean, it's crazy to see all these coins going up like this. Even just looking at the regular coin market cap, I mean, you can see scrolling through here, there are coins, almost all of them are up, especially at least on the day or week. I mean, look at Bitcoin SV here. I just mentioned that one here. It's up 10% on the day, and 70. Oh, that's 70. That's volume. My bad. Where was the 24-hour? Oh well. Oh, it's over here. So yeah. I mean, it's up quite a bit. So I mean, you're seeing all these coins kind of go up. And I think that's definitely really good to see. And looking at the market cap of cryptocurrency altogether is almost $2 trillion, and at one point was over $2 trillion in the last few days. And kind of something to compare that to is the company Apple. Took them, 40, I think it was like between 40 and 45 years to become worth $1 trillion. And now they're worth two point some trillion dollars. That's a crazy amount of money. They are the most valued company in the world based off market cap, publicly traded at least. And cryptocurrency did that in 10 years. They did it 4 times as fast as the largest company in the world. Now, of course, that's cryptocurrency as a whole. Bitcoin specifically hit the 1 trillion mark in, 10 or 11 years. Again, it took them 40 years to do that. So, Bitcoin's got some catching up to do to, get to the 2 trillion mark, but still, that's crazy. And, there's so much money, almost $2 trillion in cryptocurrency. That's an incredible amount of money. So, definitely cool. But keep an eye on Bytecoin, Redcoin, Kin, Dental Coin, since they're under 1 cent per coin. The old coins got pumped in the last bull run. That's not the worst advice. Looking at some of these coins, Bytecoin I've had, Redcoin I've had, Kin and Dental Coin I'm not familiar with. Redcoin specifically, I remember when that coin, I remember on EOBot, you could mine Redcoin on EOBot, and for fun one day, I was like, you know what? This coin's so valueless, I'm going to set it to mine it. And what was making me a few dollars a day mined like thousands of red coins, tens of thousands of red coins. This was, back in 2016. And you can see it was what? A tenth, hundredth, a thousandth of a penny back in 2016, 2015. So it was crazy back then. And buying coins like this probably isn't the worst idea. Now, I wouldn't put your life savings into it, but, you throw $100 at this coin, you're going to get a ton of coins, and it's going to be like a Dogecoin. If it goes up to 3 cents a coin, you're going to be doing great. So, that's not a bad idea to kind of pick up some of these smaller coins that are established, they've been around for a while, but they're still pretty undervalued. It's, 7/10 of a penny. How many of you would have loved to put thousands of dollars into Dogecoin back then? And, this could be Dogecoin 2.0 here for, the run that it had. So it's definitely interesting. But Mike said, since the Bitcoin dominance is dropping fast, should we expect a big crash soon? I don't think you'll expect a big crash. Let's see. Bitcoin dominance, 54%. I don't think you'll expect a big crash in Bitcoin. It may continue to go down, but you may see a down in Bitcoin, but you're going to see a big up in things like Ethereum, XRP, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's, that's what's going to be, that's what's going to be the difference is you're going to see more profit in coins that are altcoins, not Bitcoin. So, I read somewhere a few months ago that for a good altcoin season, when altcoins go up, that it needs to be closer to like 49% Bitcoin dominance. But we'll see. We got a while to go here. I think as we move into summer, June, July, we'll start to see it go down or slow down at least and kind of stable out. I could be wrong though. I mean, this could keep going for another year or two. It's hard to say. So that's just what's happened in the past. But I don't know. We'll see. But Low Roll Scratcher said, I'm shocked BTT reached 1 cent a coin. It'll have a trillion supply. Yeah, we were just talking about BTT a little bit ago. Yeah, I mean, 1 cent a coin on this is crazy. I mean, this is, Dogecoin 2.0 again. I mean, this is a coin I never would have thought would be this valuable. Yeah, and, you say this valuable and it's 1 cent a coin. So, definitely, definitely cool. Click on it. BTC dominance predicted the last crash. All right, so, yeah, look at all this. Yeah, so you can see that, Bitcoin dominance fell quite a bit. July 2017 kind of spiked back up, and then as 18 happened, it fell off again. So you're right. It did correlate with the last bull market going into a bear market. But I don't think that's the sole indicator. Whereas with some of these other, like here, you are seeing a little bit of a drop off, but here when we went into the bull market, early 2018, Bitcoin dominance was 33%. So it would have to fall, another, 20-ish percent here. And, that can happen. I'm not saying it won't, but, it has a while to go. So I think we still have quite some time. And, just looking at a year, I mean, it's not down a ton. It is down on the year. I think it's at its all-time low for the year. 56.67 and 50. Yeah, so it's just below its all-time low for the year. So it's got the potential to indicate that there is a dip coming, but I personally am not too worried. I would say if you've invested right, like you said there, BTC dominance goes down, alts go up. The prices decrease, at least historically. Yeah. I think we have a lot more in store in the altcoin area. Bitcoin, maybe not so much. So, yeah. And Low Roll Scratcher just said, a lot of altcoins haven't reached their all-time highs yet. Like we started with today in Litecoin. Their all-time high. All right. Their all-time high here. Can I just have a regular chart, please? Was back here. Right up here, roughly saying about $370. We're $231. We haven't even come near that yet. So I think we still have a lot of potential, and that's why I think Litecoin easily could be $1,000. Ethereum, I think could easily be $8,000 to $10,000. It's going to take the right mix in the market, and that mix might be Bitcoin, dropping back down to the 50,000 range. It's hard to say. But it's more of a wait and see. We can use these charts to predict things. Like you said, it indicated last time, in 2017-18, going into that bull market, or going into the bear market from the bull market. You can see it fell off here. And Litecoin, Ethereum was, coming close to it, or actually that was Litecoin. No, what's this? Oh, that's others. That's what the gray. I just saw gray and assumed Litecoin. But, you can see that later on in the year, Bitcoin, recovered to right where it was during the bull market. Peak bull market was December 2017, 62%. Well, fast forward, 8-10 months. What are we in? July. Halfway through July of 2019. Oh, I guess that's a couple of years. It's back up to 65%. So we had a whole 2 years or a whole year after that before we saw another bull market. So it's interesting. It's a good point, good chart to look at to kind of see what's coming. But I'm not overly worried. I think, last week or 2 weeks ago, we were doing a live stream, and Bitcoin, we were talking about $43,000 for Bitcoin. And it did the complete opposite of what a lot of people thought would happen, is it went right back up to the 58, 59,000 level. So oftentimes you can look at the charts, you can look at the history, and it will do the exact opposite of what is expected. You think it's going to go up, it'll go down. You think it's going to go down, it'll go up. And I think that's what's going to happen, circling around to the Ethereum conversation again, is Ethereum's going to most likely go up. I would suspect that in the long term, where a lot of people think it's going to go down. So, we'll just have to wait and see. But, it's still definitely an interesting thing to think about. But, yeah, definitely hard to predict. But other than that, I don't know if there's any other questions, anything like that, but I'm probably going to get ready to wrap it up here. But let's see. You said this is a different crypto cycle since we have big institutions and a lot of retail investors, and they haven't jumped in quite yet. And I think that's a really good point. We saw Tesla jump in. PayPal's in on it. Cash App's in on it. And there are other private companies that are accepting Bitcoin. They're, like Mark Cuban's, team and clothing line and all that accepts Dogecoin. We still have a lot of big people getting into Dogecoin, or not Dogecoin specifically, but crypto. And that's something that we haven't seen. So, it's definitely different, and I think we have a lot of room to grow still. And like I said, I wouldn't panic about it. Stick with it. Eventually, maybe it'll drop down. Maybe 3-4 weeks from now, Bitcoin will be $20,000 again. But think about where you were in 2017 when it went from 20,000, back to 8,000. You were like, oh my God, this sucks. I remember was thinking, man, this is crazy. It sucks. Well, here we are 3-4 years later. Where are you going to be 3-4 years from now? So we got NFTs now. It's okay. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Nothing can happen to crypto. NFTs are here. But yeah, well, thank you guys for coming. I'm glad you guys found it helpful. Glad you liked it. We'll definitely be doing this again next week. I'll probably be back again, this week with the live stream of the mining stats, because we skipped that one last week. But definitely, I will do an update on SafeMoon and continue to look into that, because I got some interesting information, some mixed stuff here, but I will continue to look into that, and I may do a pre-recorded video, and, next week we can talk about it, what I've learned, and, if you guys found anything new out about it. But other than that, did Bitcoin tank 3,000? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Did it go below 3,000? After the last bull market, maybe. Let's see. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, so let's go 2018. Because I know, actually, probably the closest would probably be, like, right around in here. Alright, let's see what are we doing here. I broke the chart. I'm not sure what you mean by did it go below 3,000, if that's what you mean. If it did, March 2020, when the pandemic first started, I think was probably the closest. Oh, well, that would be why. Geez, I would have thought the chart was a little smarter than that, but I guess it's not. So what it was, around 3,422, mid-2019, 3,400, and then again, March 2020, right here, it, I guess it says 5,000. I don't think it did, but I'm not 100% sure, so. Other than that, though, my voice is starting to get a little bit scratchy here, so I'm probably going to end the stream here. I, again, want to say thank you to everybody who showed up. We've had, 6 and 7 people throughout the whole time, so definitely cool. Not just getting viewers, but also having people stay, which is really cool. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully it's helpful for you guys, but other than that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Stick around for the video content, trying to stick with the daily videos and, 2 live streams a week. But other than that, again, thanks for being here. I appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a nice rest of their night. Bye.